We believe in Lambda Chi Alpha and its traditions, principles, and ideals. The crescent is our symbol, pure, high, ever-growing.
One of the things that I will be saying throughout these remarks, and I can't say it enough, Lambda Chi Alpha is a great fraternity. The next smart decision I made was to transfer to Butler University. And during the summer, after my freshman year, I was working on campus. One of my coworkers was a guy that befriended me, and we started getting to know each other. And he happened to be a member of Lambda Chi Alpha. So throughout the summer, he was rushing me. He said, you would be great. We think you should come by. And I pushed back and said, look, I've had a fraternal experience, and it wasn't anything that was for me. I am sorry. But Craig Pierce kept pushing. And once the academic year started, Craig said, why don't you come over to the chapter house? I said, really, I've seen it, I know what it's about, and it's not for me. He said, we're different. Yeah, that's what the other guy said. We don't haze. Yeah, that's what the other guy said. Finally, Craig bore me down, and because he was a friend of mine at this point, and because I liked and respected Craig so much and didn't think that he would allow the things that had happened in Bloomington to happen to me or to him, I went to the house. And I can tell you from the first minute that I walked into that door, I knew I was home. When I was in high school, I was a pretty good runner, and I ran cross country. And the high school that I ran with, our chief rivals, there was the other top runner on our rivals team. His name happened to be Billy, so there was Bill and Billy. And when we would race, one of us would normally win, and we ran against each other several times during the course of the season. And one race Billy would win, and one race I would win. Well, the big meet of the season came up. And the week before that meet, I was out running, doing a trial run with my teammates, and I stepped in a hole and I twisted my ankle really bad. So I couldn't step off on it. I couldn't train the rest of the week. This was on a Tuesday. The race was on a Friday. On Friday, I went into the trainers. They taped me up. Go on out and do what you can do. So the race started, and we went off. And about the halfway mark, Billy and I had broken away from the rest of the field, and it was going to be the two of us to see who won this thing. About 3/4 of the way into it, my ankle started hurting. And with each step, the pain got harder and hurt more, and it hurt more. And I started doubting myself. And I took a look back, and I saw where the team was, and I did the quick numbers, and I thought, we're good. We'll win this race. Whether I finish first or second, we're going to win this race. And so I took one more step, and I thought, boy, this hurts. This hurts. If I crank it down one notch, I'll be able to come in second, and that'll be good. One more step. And then finally, that was it, and I backed off. And just as I said, Billy went on to win the race. I finished second. Team won. Yay. That's not the story. The story is afterwards, Billy came up to me, and we were revisiting the race, and I told him about my ankle, my excuse. And Billy said, I have a question for you. Why'd you slow down when you did? And I said, well, my ankle was hurting, and I just couldn't go on anymore. He said, if you were taking one more step, I was going to slow down. I was unwilling to take one more step. I was willing to accept second place. My expectation for you is be bold, be strong, and be willing to take one more step. And finally, I'd like to conclude with a quote from Brother Harry S. Truman. I have studied the lives of great men and famous women, and I have found that the men and women who got to the top were those who did the job they had in hand, with everything that they had, with energy and with enthusiasm and with hard work. You can expect nothing less from me, and I expect nothing less from you. Lambda Chi Alpha is a great fraternity.